Donald Trump's life is a story of ambition, resilience, and controversy. From the golden towers of Manhattan to the White House, his journey is filled with triumphs, setbacks, and unexpected turns. Whether you admire him or criticize him, his impact on the modern world is undeniable. And if you stay with me until the end, not only will you gain deeper insight into one of the most influential figures of our time, but you'll also improve your English by absorbing this real-life drama that continues to unfold. Born into wealth, Trump had the kind of childhood most could only dream of. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer, and young Donald quickly learned the art of the deal from watching him. But he wasn't just another rich kid. He had a hunger for recognition, an insatiable desire to prove himself. He took his father's business and transformed it into an empire, building skyscrapers, casinos, and a brand that became synonymous with luxury and power. The name Trump was no longer just a surname. It was a statement, a symbol of success and sometimes excess. But Trump wasn't content with just being a real estate mogul. He craved something bigger, fame. Television gave him that. The Apprentice turned him into a household name, making "You're fired" one of the most iconic phrases of the 2000s. He wasn't just a businessman anymore. He was a pop culture phenomenon. And then, in 2015, he did something that many thought was a joke. He announced he was running for president. The world watched in shock as he bulldozed through the political landscape, shattering norms and defying expectations. Pundits dismissed him. Politicians ridiculed him. Even his own party doubted him. But he had something that traditional politicians didn't: raw charisma and a connection with the everyday American who felt ignored by the establishment. He spoke in simple, direct language, promising to "make America great again." The media mocked him, yet every headline, every controversy only made him stronger. By November 2016, the unthinkable happened. Donald Trump was elected the 45th President of the United States. His presidency was anything but conventional. From his first day in office, he waged war on the media, calling them fake news. He tore apart long-standing trade agreements, reshaped foreign policy, and engaged in historic meetings with leaders like Kim Jong-un. His supporters saw him as a fighter, someone who finally put America first. His critics saw chaos, a leader who thrived on division. He survived impeachment, economic upheaval, and a global pandemic, yet still commanded a loyal following. But 2020 brought his greatest challenge: re-election. The campaign was brutal. The pandemic cast a shadow over everything. His handling of COVID-19 became a defining issue, and in November, Joe Biden defeated him. For most presidents, that would have been the end. But Trump wasn't most presidents. He refused to concede, claiming the election was stolen, leading to one of the most chaotic periods in modern American history. The storming of the Capitol on January 6, 2021, marked a turning point. His social media accounts were banned. His influence seemed to wane. But if history had taught us anything, it was that Trump never stayed down for long. Despite scandals, lawsuits, and attempts to silence him, he remained a dominant force in American politics. In 2024, he ran again, this time against an administration he claimed had failed the country. And against all odds, he won. His second term was even more controversial than the first. His policies became bolder, his stance on immigration tougher, and his economic strategies more aggressive. His relationship with global leaders was unpredictable, but one stood out: his interactions with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. By 2025, their relationship had taken a dramatic turn. After years of tension over military aid, diplomatic maneuvering, and Ukraine's role in global politics, Trump made a move that stunned the world. He brokered a deal that significantly altered the balance of power in Eastern Europe. Some called it a stroke of genius, others a reckless gamble. But no matter where you stood, one thing was clear: Trump was still shaping the world in ways no one could ignore. His story is far from over, and whether you agree with his methods or not, there's no denying that he is one of the most influential figures of our time. If you've made it this far, you've not only gained a deeper understanding of his impact, but also improved your English by immersing yourself in a real-life political drama. So, what do you think? Is Trump a brilliant strategist or a reckless disruptor? His legacy is still being written, and history will be the final judge.